Okay, take a look if you want to see the energy in Virginia. Who's voting today? This is early voting, first day of early voting. Look at where the energy is. Look at the people that are out ready to vote for President Trump and Hung Chow and the Republican ticket. And there's the Democrat side. That's Virginia 2024.
It's happening. Early voting has begun, and Cackles Kamala isn't laughing anymore. We've got the numbers. She is officially losing Virginia, a state that no Democrat has lost in 20 years. Wait until you see the latest, and we're going to see what these numbers mean for a whole host of other states as well. This is going to absolutely make your week. Hey gang, it's me, Dr. Steve, your Patriot Professor, here to help you stay sane in these insane times. You know what to do. Make sure to smack that bell and subscribe button. And guess what? Looky over here. We got my brand new book, Fight How Trump and the MAGA Movement Are Changing the World. It's finally out. It just launched, not even a week ago, and we're already #1 on Amazon in 2 different categories. Freaking Amazon, gang. I am so thankful to all of you who went and pre-ordered the book, and I'm so grateful to all of you that I'm going to be hosting a live online virtual book launch event on October 2nd. It's completely free. There's no fee or anything like that. And as an extension of my gratitude for all of you pre-ordering my book, I want to give you all a gift. Even if you didn't pre-order it, I want to give you a gift. I'm in a giving mood here. If you go and register for my book launch event right now, as soon as you RSVP, I'm going to give you the introduction to my book, Fight How Trump and the MAGA Movement Are Changing the World, absolutely free. It's my gift to you. It'll get set. We'll send it right to your inbox. As soon as you register, you get the intro of this book for free. So even if it's just for that, click the link or scan the QR code on the screen and go RSVP right now. But I really want you there on this virtual event because this book launch is going to be absolutely amazing. Again, it's a free online event. You can enjoy it from the comfort of your own couch. And I'm going to teach you the things that not only changed my life, but the lives of so many amazing patriots all over the world. And, in the end, that's really the core of my new book. The MAGA movement is changing the world, all as we are being transformed and changed in the process. And if you understand that, it's going to embolden you and impassion you as we head on into November. So this is what I want you to do. Click on that link in the description below or scan the QR code on the screen right now. Go RSVP for this free online event and then immediately get the free intro as my gift. I can't wait to see all of you on October 2nd. All right, the early voting data is in, and I'm not going to beat around the bush. Kamala, as we speak, is losing Virginia. Obviously, things can change, but Kamala right now, as we speak, is losing a state that no Republican has won since 2004, in 20 years. This is a disaster. The Democrats were doing everything they possibly could to convince you that this election is 2008 all over again. Kamala's the new Obama. But I assure you, Obama was never looking at early voting numbers like this. So if you don't know, Virginia is divided into 11 congressional districts. And the voting numbers are coming in courtesy of the Virginia Public Access Project, or VPAP. And what VPAP is showing is that the top 4 districts in terms of voter turnout are all deep ruby red. They're all solid Republican districts that voted for Trump by upwards of 70%. Their turnout numbers are through the roof. You saw it in the opening video here. So these red districts, not red light districts, mind you, but these red districts, the 4 Republican leaning districts, these are congressional districts 1, 5, 6, and 9. Thus far, they've cast just over 25,000 votes. The 5 Democrat districts, districts 3, 4, 8, 10, and 11, they've just cast over 20,000 votes. So 25,000 to 20,000. And then the swing districts, the purple districts 2 and 7, they just cast over 7,000 votes. So what we're seeing in Virginia right now, just in terms of the raw numbers thus far, is that the 4 Republican districts are outvoting significantly the 5 Democrat districts by 20%. And they're coming within just a few thousand votes of actually beating both the Democrat districts and the swing districts combined. The voter turnout in Virginia's red districts is almost beating both the blue and purple districts in Virginia put together. The voter turnout is through the roof in these heavily Republican districts. For example, every Southwest Virginia county, which collectively voted for Trump by upwards of 70%, the Southwest of the state, every one of those counties have doubled their 2020 early vote numbers. Buchanan County, Bath County, Lee County, they're all up over 200% in voter turnout from 2020. In fact, Matthews County, which voted 65% Trump, may end up having the highest voter turnout in the entire state. By contrast, early voting in the heavily Democrat Prince William County is down. It's down 45% from where they were at the exact same time in 2020. So when all is said and done, jurisdictions that voted for Biden are showing a turnout increase of 64%, but jurisdictions that voted for Trump are showing a turnout increase of 83%, a 19-point turnout advantage. Now, why is this so important? It's important because early voting was a key factor to Glenn Youngkin's strategy for winning the state. So up until he won the gubernatorial election back in 2021, Virginia Republicans were getting clobbered in the early vote totals in Virginia, and their election day turnout, which always dominates, but nevertheless, they simply couldn't make up the difference because the difference was so dominant among Democrats in terms of early voting. So Youngkin's campaign dedicated substantial efforts to get the Republican vote out early, such that the usually largely Democrat lead prior to Election Day was dramatically reduced. And Youngkin was able to go on to win the Election Day turnout, obviously overwhelmingly, and therefore ended up winning the state. And it looks like the same thing is happening here with Trump. Now, of course, it's got to be said, things could change. We got another 40 days to go. But as things stand right now in terms of early voting, it does appear that Trump is absolutely crushing Kamala in the otherwise reliably blue state of Virginia. Now, at the same time this is happening, we're getting some new polls coming in. In Virginia, we've had 2 high-level back-to-back polls showing that this race is within the margin of error. The University of Mary Washington has it at a 2-point race. It's Harris up 48 to 46. And the latest Roanoke has Harris up in Virginia by 3, 47 to 44. Now, by comparison, back in 2020, University of Mary Washington had Biden up by 17. Now, obviously, they far overestimated the Democrat margin. When it came time for the election, Biden won Virginia by 10, so they were off by 7. At the same time, Roanoke nailed the margin. They had Biden winning Virginia by 11. He ended up winning by 10, so they were off by just 1. So either way, both in terms of the former's overestimating Democrat turnout and the latter's accuracy, these polls are utterly devastating for Kamala. And as a result, the Real Clear Politics polling aggregate now has the race at 4.5 in a state that Biden won by 10. And a Research America poll that just dropped, it actually shows the race is tied in Virginia, 45 each. I don't have their 2020 polling, so I can't I can't confirm their accuracy record, but it's tracking along the same lines as these other two polls. Now, this news, this amazing news, that Kamala is, as we speak, losing Virginia, is bad enough for her fledgling campaign, but it gets even worse for her. There are several inferences we can draw from what's happening right now in Virginia. First off, again, as we speak, Cackles isn't even going to come close to winning North Carolina, since North Carolina always votes to the right of Virginia. And again, that's exactly what we're seeing. We're talking they vote 12 points to the right. I mean, it's double digits kind of stuff. And this is exactly what we're seeing in terms of the early vote requests coming out of North Carolina. Democrat requests are down nearly 9% from 2020, whereas Republican requests are up by nearly 4%. That's the pattern we're seeing across the board wherever ballot requests have started. Democrat requests are down significantly and Republican requests are up significantly. So if Kamala is losing Virginia, there's no way she's winning North Carolina. You could just write that off right now. And more than that, if she's losing Virginia, then she's losing every single swing state in the so-called blue wall. She's losing Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania, precisely because there's significantly more Republicans in those states. Those 3 states consistently vote to the right of Virginia. So if Kamala is losing Virginia, she's losing North Carolina, she's losing Wisconsin, she's losing Michigan, and she's losing Pennsylvania. This goes way beyond Virginia. So obviously we'll be keeping a very, very close eye on how things develop here over the next 40 days. But when it comes to the polls, when it comes to the early voting, Virginia is on its way to turning red in November.